This comprehensive guide seeks to address challenges related to discrimination and stigmatization of LGBTQ plus individuals by promoting inclusive education and policies.
I mean, as of recently, I think we also like the transphobia that has increased. So it's transphobia, it's homophobia, but this project in particular focuses on hate speech and discrimination. So the guide seeks to amplify the stories and lived experiences of LGBTQ persons in Africa, but in Namibia in particular. The reason for this is that oftentimes there's this notion that homosexuality or that sexual and diverse persons are African. So it's not only to debunk that narrative, but also to highlight the fact that these are human beings that are constantly in our midst. These are people in our communities. These are people that we live with. These are people in our households. And it's to humanize the community, but also to document their history and their stories.
The guide also seeks to underscore the need for a cultural shift towards greater acceptance and inclusion, aligning with global human rights standards and Namibia's commitment to a more equitable society. It will also be used to guide the public, policymakers, and the media on how to address issues pertaining to the LGBTQ plus community.
Because unfortunately there is lots of type of discrimination in our country, and some part of that discrimination is towards the queer community. And having made that promise and the social contract that we are not leaving anybody behind, we cannot judge people based on their sexuality. We cannot judge people based on their skin color. We cannot judge people based on their social status. We cannot judge people based on their religion. And it's the same, we cannot judge people based on their sexuality. And there are terms and terminology that are being used that are not familiar to everybody. That's why the NID is going to make a guide or produce a guide that will explain to citizens and ordinary people what does it mean when you're part of the queer community. What are important terminologies to know? What are questions to ask?
The NID provided media practitioners with a platform to make input on the guide and how the media can report on matters related to the LGBTQ plus community. While commending the media on how it has been covering and reporting on LGBTQ issues, they were quick to point out that more can still be done.
And there is a level of understanding, but we can always do more as a country. We can always learn more terminologies. We can always learn to be more sensible and not report in a way that's insightful.
Ishono also noted that there are centers and organizations in Namibia that can help people better understand the LGBTQ plus community and also assist people from this community.
You might encounter that your child comes to you and say, "Mommy, Daddy, I'm gay." And most of the families, when they react, they don't know what to do. They wouldn't think about it like to ask help from organizations that can assist with this. There is Positive Vibe, Sister Namibia, Legal Assistance Center, NID, and other organizations, Equality Namibia, and Young Feminist, Namibia Diverse Women's Organization. There are many organizations that are there to explain to the citizen what does it mean if your daughter or son tells you, "I'm trans, I'm gay, I'm lesbian." What does it mean? It's not a death sentence. It's not anything that you need to worry about. It's something which you don't have control over biologically.
The NID is expected to consult parliamentarians in the coming days, and once the guide is done, it will be made public.